Hey guys, day 2 for E3 and MonstermanX here. Today we're going to talk about PlayStation. Arguably the most confusing one of the bunch, and I'll get to that later on. So, it started out with Jack Trennan coming out, and Jack's a pretty cool guy, and he was just talking about PlayStation, Sony, all that crap. And then he got his big boss, Kaz Hirai, involved, and Kaz came out and started talking about 3D, and how PlayStation 3 is the only system that's gonna have legitimate 3D on the whole thing, because all of our systems are gonna get a patch, which is basically gonna allow for the system to have 3D. You know what? I don't know. They went through all these titles, and the only one that kind of stood out to me was Wipeout HD. That's cool, whatever. Really not interested, to tell you the truth, in all this 3D crap. But I kind of made that clear in the other videos. Killzone 3 was shown. I'm a huge Killzone fan. I thought it was pretty cool because I'm a big fan of Arctic sceneries, and the fact that they even showed most of it in Arctic and the jetpacks and all that, I just thought it was really cool. Yeah, that one's probably a definite buy for me, considering how much I love the second one. Again with the 3D, they just kept pushing it with 3D, 3D, okay. Then of course the PlayStation Move got involved, which is their take for the motion controller, and how it's gonna be better and all this crap, which again, it doesn't read to me because 4 or 5 years down the line already, and Wii's already dominated that. It's like, what's the point? It's the same thing with Kinect for Microsoft. They're both doing different forms of it, but it's the same shit. Um, they showed off this really, really interesting game, my type of game, called Sorcery, which stars this kid who used the move and controlled the wand, and he has all different elemental abilities, and he fights off these waves of goblins, and you could combine the elements, and it just looked like a really fun game. Unfortunately, if it's for the move, I'm most likely not going to get it. But that's just me. They showed off a Tiger Woods golf game. Woo fucking who. I'm sorry. The weird one was they called out this guy from Sony, and he announced this game called Heroes on the Move. And it's essentially a game with two characters from three big franchises: Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, and Sly Cooper and the Turtle Dude. And it looked kind of okay. I mean, it looked like fun. I'm intrigued by it, but they didn't explain anything. So what the fuck was the point? So yeah, that was a little strange. Kevin Butler came out. The whole crowd went fucking nuts. Kevin Butler's the man, as far as I'm concerned. He went on a whole like a whole speech about how people are gamers and he loves gaming, and there's this big picture of him in the background of him raising his arm up with like these clouds, so much wallpaper. It was fantastic, and how it was kind of a head scratcher because he really should have been the guy to talk the whole time. They kept hinting at him, but again, they made him go in the back, and there was this one joke where he was like, where the Sony guy was like, he's like, I don't know, something before he left. Kevin said, "I'm gonna go get Jack a Coke," and then he goes, "Remember, Kevin, get him you have to get him a lemon." He goes, "I never forget the lemon." He walks away, and the whole crowd was going nuts. It was awesome. They also showed off this new marketing campaign called Marcus, where it's him and the little kid from Role Models, and I thought it was really, really good. So at least they didn't get somebody who's like bad. He's a nice step from Kevin Butler, and he's a good approach for kids, and it's just hilarious. It's funny to see this kid just talk to people, so it was pretty cool. They finally unveiled the move prices. Again, why didn't Kevin Butler do this? I don't understand. Half of these guys, besides Jack and Kaz, have no personality, so it's like, what the fuck? Moves prices are the stick with the ball sack on is $50, and the other one is 30. And if you get it with the iCamera, why am I saying iHome? iCam, a game, and the two of the things, it's like $100. I personally think it's a ripoff, but everybody clapped. Whatever, fine, whoop-de-fucking do. They talked about PSP, bullshit, but they didn't even show anything. Like, I was expecting to see the Kingdom Hearts game because I want the bundle, and I do want to get a PSP and get a couple of games. let me just pause right here. The one thing that was the most disappointing about this whole conference was there was at least 12 montages. When you have 12 montages, that means you pretty much have nothing to show. Yeah, so let me get back. Little Big Planet 2 was shown. A lot of it was just little mini games and then like a snippet of actual gameplay footage. Very disappointing. I like Media Molecule because I don't know why I said molecule so weird. Media Molecule. And I like them because they do boost this concept of creating and whatnot, and I like how they're with Sony now. But it just seemed like a complete waste of time showing that. I don't know why, but it almost seemed like they lost this flair of the cool like new factor of Little Big Planet. There's nothing like there that's really standing out to me because they already gave you so much in the first game that it was overwhelming, you know. Jack came out, showed off this new package and debunked the rumors. PlayStation Network is not getting a fee, but if you want, you could pay $50 a year for PlayStation Plus, which gives you early beta access to things, special items in certain games, and so on and so forth. Special little things. Again, really not caring about it. Whatever. Medal of Honor was shown next. Sorry, this is this is my opinion. I could give a fuck about army shooters, to tell you the truth. Dead Space 2 was shown. It was the finish to the Dead Space scene in the Microsoft conference, and it was just friggin' awesome. So pumped. If you want, you can get Dead Space 2 limited edition. It's a PlayStation 3 exclusive that comes with Extraction. Yes, you heard me correct, Extraction. They're porting the Wii game to the PlayStation 3. High five, right? Well, the only problem is that I believe it's only for Move. Yeah, unless it's controller supported, you won't get a buyer out of me. But I will buy the sequel. Totally sold on Dead Space. I love Dead Space. One of the bigger last shocks was Gabe Newell from Valve came out. Gabe Newell is an avid hater of Sony. He even said something about how he's surprised nobody punched him in the face. He's shocked being there. And Kevin Butler saying he was the VP of sharpening. Oh, God. But he announced, yes, Portal 2 is in fact coming to PlayStation 3. Pretty cool. That was a nice one. After that was Final Fantasy XIV. It's like an MMO, and I can honestly say I don't care about it. I don't think anybody cared after they heard Portal 2 is coming to PlayStation. Yes, I said that again. Portal 2 is coming to a freaking PlayStation. Awesome. Gran Turismo 5 was shown. Look, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know why people I understand racing game fans, but why do they overhype this one so much? Like, it almost seems like it doesn't deserve all the hype it gets. Is it really that good? I'm just saying. Showed off a quick trailer of Infamous 2. It appears that he is getting ice powers, and I really could care less about this too, and I'm a huge superhero fan. I don't know. This game never clicked at me. I've played it, and I just don't like it. I don't want to be a downer for the whole thing and say I hate every game, but really, just not a lot of these things appealed to me. The big surprise at the end was David Jaffe and another partner came out and actually unveiled a brand new Twisted Metal for PS3. Yes, finally, the rumors are over. David Jaffe was working on it, and he was in fact coming to E3, so he lied and tricked everybody. Twisted Metal looks like an awesome experience. It looks like a great reboot for the franchise. All those characters look like they're back. It's like a party of destruction where you're with your friends blowing shit up, and it just looks great. I'm so pumped. I'll probably buy it. So, there you have it. PlayStation was very underwhelming, although I went in with low expectations because I'm done with the disappointment. Them and Microsoft were very good last year, but this year they were just trying too hard to go against Wii and too much bullshit, not enough games. Although Sony did a nudge better than Microsoft. So really it's like a head scratcher to me this year. And that's it. I mean, they didn't even show that much PSP shit. It was just a bunch of montages. I mean, Sony, you have to step it up, and you have to let Kevin Butler talk. If you get that big of a crowd reaction with Kevin Butler, shove the guy with no personality out of the way and let Kevin talk. Because Kevin could fucking sell me a cardboard box, and I would buy it. That's how good he is. And he's hilarious. He's just a very personable person. Anyways, so that's it for now. Let me just start let me just stop and say that this year I would definitely say Nintendo took the cake. The other two just didn't nothing really. It's a shock. It feels like 1998 again. I hate to say it, but my love for Nintendo has returned, and the other two companies are just kind of rolling around in the dirt. There's a few games from the other from Sony that I want because I don't own an Xbox, but really just everything was kind of shrug and meh. So that's it. Anyways, seriously, Sony, Kevin Butler. That is all. Thanks again for listening, guys. I appreciate it. I really do. And, see you soon.